Friendship supreme. Friendship supreme. Finding the geek within.
Hey everybody, I'm Michael.
This is Kleve.
This is Stephanie.
And welcome back to another exciting episode of Friendship.
Supreme.
Nothing new.
Supreme.
We're the
Okay,
podcast
ready?
We're the podcast that is to ask, do you like Chinese food? Or
You
would
know
say,
that it's true.
do you love the Chinese food?
That video made me want dumplings.
Weird. Okay.
What are we talking about today, Cleve?
We're talking about the great single, I Love Chinese Food. This episode has a disclaimer where if you could, please go over to YouTube and watch I Love Chinese Food and then come back and we can continue on because everything we're talking about has to do with one sweet little girl and her dream of fandom.
You want to be famous, man. That's all anybody ever wants. I just want to be famous too.
That's why I'm here.
Well, I'm here for friendship.
A young girl who wanted to be a star named Allison Gold.
With one L. I always thought Allison was spelled with two L's, and I have yet to find one with two L's, so I'm doing something wrong.
Yeah, I don't know any Allisons with two L's.
Yeah, I've just been messing up, guys. My bad.
It's Allison.
Allison. Yeah, Allison Gold. She has multiple single hits, though, and they're big.
Multiple single.
Multiple
Which means,
singles.
which is a nice way for us to say you don't really have any.
She was 11 when she came out with this song, by the way.
And from what I was watching, they got worse.
Whoa. A, B, C, D, E, F, G is solid gold.
It's so long.
Wasn't there was one right after that, though.
A, B, C, D, E, F, G, I believe, was right after that. And then Hush.
Well, no, there's one right after A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
Hush. That's when
Maybe.
she's in jail.
Was it the one with the gummy bears?
Oh, there's that. Oh, God. What is that one called? Yeah. The gummy bears start raining out of the sky.
Oh, I don't
And
remember that one. There
We're
was
here
one
to
where
talk
she
about
was
Chinese food, guys.
The kids start murdering them.
Yeah.
Well, we're talking about her other sequels. She's got
That's fair.
She's got a library.
Yeah, she's almost got an album at this point. She got an EP.
She does. She's produced by Arc Music Studio. And
ARK, right?
Yeah, Arc.
Or was it?
And,
I thought it was Pato. Did he go to a different
Pad Thai is some of the food that we're talking about.
No, there was a different
Pato
music.
is a different that he ended up breaking off into. But I believe Arc Studio is still like his studio. Because he still to this day claims Arc Studio.
Okay. He's the only one.
What's that?
I said he's the only one. His business partner.
He had a business partner.
Cut.
Gone. Yes, Arc Studio is run by Patrice Wilson. How do you feel to have one letter off from being one of the greatest middle linebackers of all time?
I mean, that's why he's fighting so hard.
That's why he's so angry.
Yeah, that's why he's coming in strong because he wants everyone to know.
If Arc Studio sounds familiar to you guys, it's because they are the wonderful studio that also brought you Rebecca Black's Friday. It's Friday.
Yeah,
Real
the
quick,
second I heard I Love
Friday.
Chinese food, I knew this was Rebecca Black, the person who produced her. I was like, this sounds just like Friday.
What'd you say, Cleve?
You are right. I mean, it's not hard to
Sound
see.
pretty, yeah.
I was asking if you were talking about Patrick Willis.
Yeah. Oh, Wilson. Yeah,
A couple
Willis,
letters.
I was talking about. Yeah, never mind. Sorry.
No, you're good. I just wanted to because I went with you because I figured that's what you were talking about. But I just wanted to make sure.
I was, man. I was
Cut it.
Yep.
All of it.
Cut the whole thing. We're done. Just quit. Delete the logos. Delete the merchandise, guys. Let's go home. Oh wait, we're already home. COVID-19. Yes.
Saved it. Continue.
But yes, same person that brought you the wonderful, talented Rebecca Black. Stephanie, did you happen to see the Thanksgiving song? Because she the Allison Gold
does have
also
a
does that.
Thanksgiving song.
That's
I
a
did.
solid banger.
That was else. I thought it
Yeah.
was someone else.
Oh, maybe it was somebody else.
Damn it,
They all
Michael.
look the same. Okay, so
You just gave me this music video today, and I know more about it than you.
False. We don't want to go down that road. But you might have seen more videos than I have recently, because I have seen those music videos for the last 5 years with Kleve.
I want to comment that you just bragged about knowing more about Allison Gold than someone else.
Well, I meant
That's
more
not a
about.
bragging. That's not a bragging thing.
Yeah.
Hopefully you guys have now seen this music video since we told you to go watch it, because it's a fucking nightmare. Stephanie, you saw it for the first time ever 2 hours ago. You go
Yes.
first. Thoughts?
Well, my first thought was, when I texted you, was WTF, what did I just watch? And I thought, oh, this sounds just like Friday. And then I started looking up more videos on, did the guy that produced Rebecca Black also produce this? And then I found out more about Patrice Wilson, and he is an awful human being.
So I'm curious. Okay, so I'm glad you said that, and here's why. I'm real curious, because I dug too, and I said, you know what, I'm not going to watch this. I watched the music video once. Kleve and I send this to each other to punish each other sometimes. Like, randomly, we'll send some music video from Patrice Wilson, Patrice Wilson, whether it's Rebecca Black's videos, because she also has a video called Saturday as well, because we thought that needed to happen.
Followed it up.
Yeah. But that isn't Patrice's video, right? I think that was her own.
I think it's just hers. Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
just Rebecca Black.
She does her own music now.
Good call.
So I'm interested to see, because I went to his particular YouTube channel and decided I was going to watch and see what his opinion on a lot of things that were happening right now. And so there's a podcast out there, and I don't know if they're in good grace or bad grace right now. I know they go up and down, but it's H3H3. I've watched maybe 2 or 3 of their videos. They're astronomically successful in comparison to us, certainly. So, can't say much as far as what they're doing, because they're obviously doing something right. But they're in hot water a lot of the time for doing stupid shit. The host happened to have said the N-word a couple of times during streaming, or just, a bunch of shit. And actually, in watching some of his, because Patrice put on his most recent video, like, here's some of the things the haters have said about me. And mind you, this man's batshit crazy, losing his mind, because I don't know where he's at this point in life.
And just under what I would call massive, muscle-wise. Like, he's not like a movie star, but he's
bulked
not
up.
small.
Well,
He's
that
gotten
was
a lot
because
better.
people called him Fat Usher, and so he was like, nah.
Yeah, he
I want
definitely
the
turned it
swole
around.
Usher.
But I thought it was interesting. So he showed a clip of Ethan from H3H3, who was commenting on, I want to say it's ABCDFG. What's the one where he's just like Mr. Rogers, and she's in the little house?
ABCDEFG.
Okay.
Yeah.
He was commenting on it, and it made me think of just how shitty of a person he was, because, don't get me wrong, we've all watched some of these videos. At least Stephanie's watched this particular video. No matter what, he gives off a creepy vibe, because he makes a cameo in every video he's in. And it's real creepy, because I think it's always going to be creepy no matter what he's doing, because A, he's a grown-ass adult in an 11-year-old's music video, but B...
Yeah, he's taking advantage of underage girls.
Well, we'll get into that in a second too. He's in the video in general, and I think secondly he adds to it a little bit because something creepy happens. Like, he dresses as a panda and ends up at a sleepover in an 11-year-old girl's bedroom. But he was watching this video and had this bit in which he called the cops because he watched a man rape and eat a small 11-year-old child. And I think we threw the rape word in there real hard. And he just kept pointing it out. And then he made an emphasis on the fact, and I think he thought he was being funny while I was doing this, but he's like, I don't know, there's this, and the way he said it really, really rubbed me the wrong way. And he was like, there's this black man, and he is raping this little white 11-year-old girl. And I'm like, well, you just sound like a shitty person. So while Patrice is a creepy person in general, a lot of the people that have criticized him, it feels like have just taken cheap shots to try to make themselves look better. And so I just want to make that emphasis that Cleve and I have talked about these videos before.
That's
and
not what we're doing.
We're not going to take cheap shots. I mean, I'm not going to talk about how he rapes little kids or he, like, I don't know. That just feels
I wouldn't
kind of
say that's what he's
misrepresents
doing.
it. But
He's
I'm curious. Well, that's why I said that. I'm glad you said that, Stephanie, because you said he was, a terrible person based on some of the videos you've seen. And I'm wondering which people you saw say this, because yes, he is creepy. But interestingly enough, all these people audition to be in these videos. Like, I don't know. Me and Cleve have talked about this before.
They're not auditioning. They're paying. It's just a bunch of rich white kids.
Well,
are
yes and no, because like I've seen that. Well, from his point of view, he has showed that he has auditions where people bring their children out to audition for these particular music videos or whatever. So yes, I've seen also the feeder program, and Cleve and I have talked about that before. That he I think it was like the lowest was $30,000 you could pay him, and he'd help you make a music video, which is a service, I guess. But yes, this is essentially rich dance moms is the equivalent I would consider, or stage moms that are trying to get him to do these. So like, I don't necessarily consider it taking advantage of them in particular. I will say that he is absolutely creepy and weird, and I don't like him in any videos, and the content of the videos, which I hope we dissect more, is highly questionable and offensive. But I don't necessarily think that he's taking advantage of them, because the moms are bringing them there to make these videos to make them famous.
Yeah, but he's kind of scamming them in a way, because
But they became successful.
With Rebecca Black, he made money off of the internet, basically kind of destroying her life a little bit. She went into serious depression.
Right.
And the internet bullied her, and he made a ton of money off of her.
Well, I would tell you, does that not fall under the category of children actors?
Well, so he said that his that the kids that signed up with him to make money or music videos or whatever, they would get all of the money for it if they became successful, which they weren't going to, because all of them were really bad. Rebecca Black just hit some weird, someone found her, went on Tosh.0.
Well, that's why I would
and then
say,
the whole internet found her.
What do you consider successful?
But the mom had to sue him to get any money because he made a lot of money off of her.
I'd be curious what you consider successful, because Allison Gold's video, after like only being out for a couple of months, had 11 million views. So if we're talking in YouTube standards,
I mean, not
like, that's
successful in like, I mean, I wouldn't say it was successful. I would say like it made a lot of money because of the views it got and the AdSense he had on it. Like, he monetized the videos.
Right.
Yeah. So you mean not viral? You mean actually successful, just not
like, I feel
viral.
gross defending him. I'm just curious, because like
anything
he's
can
running
go
a business. Viral. Like, if he's running a business and he puts his resources into it, like, I expect him to make money off of it. I would be curious to see the.
Oh, he made money off of it though. The parents paid him.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. You sounded like you were like had a slight against him because he made money off the videos.
He was taking advantage of a situation where he said that the kids would get the money if the video became successful or got views or whatever. And the second it did, he was taking all of it.
Well, yeah,
and he was selling those songs without permission of Rebecca Black and her family.
He always seemed to me like he was the guy who, let's say, like, I want my kid to be a pop singer, and I Googled it, and he was like one of the first websites I found. That's what it always seemed to me. Yeah. People that probably didn't know better were like, yeah, that's a great deal. That much for my kid to make it? Yeah, no problem. And then hand it over, and then you got exactly what you paid for.
I would tell you that he's somehow made it successful in that he has made videos that everybody's talking about. Now, they may not be in the best light. They may not be the best reasons, but everybody knows who all these stupid fucking videos.
It's the jackass method.
I mean, I don't know about any of those videos. Most of them I don't. The only one I knew about was Rebecca Black.
Stephanie, you own a VCR.
I mean, Derek didn't know about these videos either. And he's on the internet all the time.
Does he know now? Because that's what I wanted.
His actual goal is to just make sure that everybody hears the song.
Here's the thing with me. This song is a guilty pleasure of mine, and it is because Michael thinks he sends it to me, and it upsets me. And at one time it did. Now I sing along and dance in my house, and
It's because it pisses off his significant other. That's why he enjoys it as much as he does.
I mean,
no, like
I got a phone call when this episode was decided because someone was yelling at me because this is what the topic was.
There's a point where something crosses over because it's so bad that you begin to enjoy it.
William Hung.
And yeah, and that's what this is. This to me
absolutely.
is something that is so. I have watched this video countless times, and I find something every time I watch it because there's things that he thought about that he put in this video that you don't catch the first time around, and I don't know. So many wrong things.
Like Where's Waldo, but for like shitty things happening.
Right. And let me tell you, if we're going to be upset with anybody, it's not Patrice Wilson. It is not Allison
I know
Gold.
who it is. It's the Asian guy.
It's the fucking Asian worker.
Yes. He's in several of their videos, by the way, Stephanie.
So he's got to be a friend, right?
Yeah.
He can't
Or
just be
just
some
like
random
a
guy.
small-time actor wherever they are.
Because the moment that let there be a song like this about black people, and then I'm on set and I hear what it is, and I'm like, what the fuck you say? There's no way I sign on. There's no way. And then to know that they give me the fucking Porky Pig, like that's all folks circle, and they do a gong noise. Come on now.
I would love
I
to know
missed
what
that
he's
part.
saying
Is that this song too?
Yes, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, Stephanie. You find something different every time you watch it. That's that old school Disney racism.
You probably saw that fucking panda fly off in a rainbow jet, and you said, "I'm out. I'm done. Close it."
I mean, I saw the white girl pretending to be an Asian.
Fortune
yes, okay,
cookie
so
is
let's dig into the actual video. No, I mean, just like I said, I think that he was trying to run a business. I think he's shitty. I think he's a snake oil salesman. But
yeah,
I don't necessarily think he was taking advantage of them. I'd be curious to see what the contract.
But why is it always a bunch of 11-year-old girls?
Because that's who's willing to pay it.
That's whose moms have money.
Right. Yeah, have you seen the show Dance Moms? It's not like there's not a whole lot of dance boys.
And the thing is too, it's so crazy to me because they're performing these songs. There's no way that Rebecca Black was going through the motions of recording Friday and was like, "This isn't that great, right? Mom, is this good?"
Well,
and then mom had to lie and be like, "Yeah,
no,
sure."
Rebecca Black said that it was just a fun thing for her and her friends to do. It was like it wasn't meant to be serious.
So you come from an even richer life.
Fun thing.
Yeah.
Shit. But like,
so what you said is I could have a car or have a fun experience that would then go to haunt me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And you chose that.
Yeah, but then when that video came out and then he started selling her songs to iTunes and started making ringtones out of it, which her family did not approve of, and they won the lawsuit for a reason. He was doing sketchy businessman things and taking advantage.
I'm going to tell you right now, not a single fucking person in this entire world would know who the hell Rebecca Black is. So if she has any fame currently at all or any clout, it's 100% because of that, because I would never have known her. She could come up, I mean, you could pray to God she was going to be Justin Bieber and somehow the real Usher would have found her, but that's not going to happen.
So it's her fault that the internet basically came down on her and went, that's not...
I didn't say it's her fault. What I said is she absolutely 100% has clout and she's recognizable now because of that.
The only objection I have to that one is you have to make it through the cloud of depression that you then go into when everybody's shitting over you, because now everybody looks at it at a different light, and she jokes about it and she has fun with it, and I think the internet has fun with it with her. But as we all know, and it's not like the internet is anywhere near perfect now, but imagine when the internet Well, then it's like a nice little stride of, yeah, we bully people till they kill themselves, whatever, and just kept it moving. That's the only thing I would say is you're right. She is only famous because of him.
Well, and that's why I said that this reminds me of childhood actors, though. I mean, we can go down a road if we really want and talk about how Macaulay Culkin, Drew Barrymore, I can't even remember his name right now. They have two. There's two of them. Anyways, I'll just do those
Cole
two.
and Dylan Sprouse.
What's that?
Cole and Dylan Sprouse. That's the only one that I remember.
No, there
They're
were
twins.
two. Corey Feldman, or not Feldman, the other one that died, the one that actually died. But anyways, I mean, there's countless times where Macaulay Culkin has talked about the horrible things that he's experienced in life and the copious amounts of drugs he had to use to get out of that or to get away from that. And Drew Barrymore talks about how at 13 she was getting shit-faced and hit on by a bunch of adult actors. I mean, yes, no, I agree, and it's a fucked up world, and it sucks, and it's shitty. And I'm not saying that like, haha, suck it, Rebecca Black, you don't deserve to be famous. But my point was that I don't feel that it was her being taken advantage of. And again, I don't know what the contract said. So yes, I agree. If the contract said that he wasn't allowed to do that, I 100% agree. And obviously, if he lost his lawsuit, then he was in some wrong. All I'm saying is that these people's parents are coming to him saying, please make my kid famous, and he happened to do it. Yes. Does it suck? Does it suck? Right. Well, does it suck that she had to go through a bunch of getting made fun of and stuff? Absolutely.
Right.
But she's obviously been compensated for the damages that have been caused to whatever she went through.
I think she was trying to make a fun video with her friends and had
if you're trying to make a
ridiculous
fun
amount
videos
of
with
money.
your friends, you get a fucking handy cam, go out and make some videos with your friends.
Because
or
I'm pretty
get a
sure
webcam and start a podcast.
I'm pretty sure I could. I don't know, podcasts were big enough back then, but I'm just.
I think they were bigger back then.
I don't think things existed.
I think that it would have been cheaper for you to, but you have to have the beats, you have to have the lyrics, and here's the thing: is this guy is just pushing out trash. I think that's what I had the problem with. If he was like, I stand by every one of these songs, that might be one thing, but it's not like you have John Lennon writing your stuff. This guy is A B C D E F G.
Trying to find what he's doing.
He's trying to recreate
what is considered catchy.
He's trying to recreate what happened to Rebecca Black, which also is shitty because he knows that was a bad song and it led to Rebecca Black being bullied.
But here's the thing: does he know it's a bad song?
Fair, because he's in every
I don't
one
think
of them.
he does.
He raps in every one of them. He thinks it's good.
That's another thing too. I wonder if it's like, I don't want to be in the front and take all the blunt of it. I'm just gonna be.
It's a way to be able to sing about stupid shit.
Right. I think he's being protected by a bunch of 11-year-old girls.
And let me say, I can't think of a time where there's a song of an underage person where, it's hard to write a song for a kid that age. So I'll say that there's the whip the hair back and forth, and you know what I mean? Like, you have to pick a song that is not going to make you look like you're 15 in the club getting humped on by horny guys. You know what I mean? Like, it's got to be real.
Except for one of Alison Gold's song, she's dressed very scantily, not the way a child should be dressed.
Well, we could go down that road and talk about the
in a jail
that America
and
puts
doing.
on children.
There's one song where there's a bunch of kids buying candy from a drug dealer looking person. Like, he purposely made him look like a drug dealer, and then they have Arizona iced tea in their brown bags, and then they got like pixie sticks, and they're just like putting them all over their face.
Well,
and it's
hold
just
on.
like,
did you not have those fake cigarettes and pretend like you were smoking?
I wasn't pretending to do drugs.
Shit, maybe you were. You don't know.
I wasn't pretending to do cocaine.
Pretend like you're gonna shoot up a little heroin.
I don't know who these kids' parents are, but they should not let them be doing this video.
I would be lying if I didn't say that I remember seeing a kid in high school snort pixie dust. So
I snorted pixie dust and I've snorted Doritos. That's
how you do that.
Fucking retarded as I am. You crush it up. Come on, man. I'm just saying.
Things went down in Cali. But but even saying that, and another, without trying to defend this guy, how many times do you watch a cartoon and a cartoon character eats ice cream and then they act drunk? You know what I mean?
Ren and
So
Stimpy was supposed to be for kids.
I mean, do they? I've never seen that. I mean, but it might be because I'm not paying attention.
You remember that little girl that screams, "Let's get chocolate wasted"? I don't remember what stupid movie that was.
Grown Ups,
That-
so that doesn't count.
Adam Sandler movie.
Grown Ups doesn't count. That's fair.
Did you
Which I
ever
also-
see? Did you ever see the SpongeBob movie?
I have not.
I probably did. I don't remember.
In that movie, he was supposed to get a management job, and he didn't get it. And he went to the Happy Fun Time place with Patrick, and they just kept ordering ice cream, and then they started acting super drunk and loud and obnoxious. But that's what I'm saying. Like, it's there. You know what I mean? Like, it's implied in several places. So, again, not that I defend this guy in any way, but it's around more than I guess it should be, is what my thought process is.
All right, man. So let's dig into the video. Kleve, can you just tell me some things right off the bat? Because you've said you've watched it a bunch of times and you notice things every once in a while.
Yeah. So, I mean, do you want me to just go down
Do you
the
have a
list?
list written down?
Well, I can just let it play and just talk as it goes. But I did watch it one last time and write a couple of things down.
Okay. What do you got written down?
The lyrics in different languages, subtitled.
I don't understand it. Was that to make us big? Like we're international?
International, baby. But only that one lyric.
Got that passport? Right. You only get one lyric, one line. Because you know how pissed you are when it's cha-cha-cha-chow, main.
Because I don't recognize. I'm not gonna pretend like I can recognize these
all languages now.
But one of them looked obviously of some sort of Asian descent, maybe Chinese.
One was Russian. One was Arabic.
Arabic, I recognize that one.
This is an easy one to spot.
Yeah, and I'm out. Maybe French. Maybe French.
I think Spanish I saw in there.
Chow mein and then making it rain. Don't know why we chose those put together. I guess because they rhyme. I don't know. I guess I don't know what I would have done differently, but I wouldn't have done that.
Oh, you know what? For our people that are listening audio-wise, our listeners, unfortunately, Stephanie had some technical issues and had to drop out for this episode, for the rest of this episode. So you guys don't see that she's gone. Anybody that's watching the actual YouTube channel sees that she's missing. But she'll be on the next episode. Don't worry, guys.
Next thing. The fortune cookie, you will find a new friend. Super ominous. Which then
typical
very generic, and we'll get back to that. Because one of them's not.
One of them's not.
One of them is God herself predicting the future.
Was it a panda?
Anywho, so then we get Panda Friend. Okay, fine. The tickle
character dressed in a panda costume.
We're assuming that the people have gone and took a moment, right?
Yeah, hopefully.
Hopefully, because if not, this whole episode's gonna be weird. As you watch this, is like knowing who's in the panda suit, and then realizing that they're like tickle fighting. Yeah.
The fact that panda is at their sleepover is really upsetting.
There's the Chinese. I mean, these aren't super unobvious things, but the Chinese food in the sky, like out of the cloud.
Yeah.
All right, then that looked like some stuff that we could have edited in.
Why did the person she had to see be named Chow? You couldn't have come up with a better name? He could have been Gary.
Lee.
I'm telling you, it could have been John, Gary.
I did realize, I don't know if you know this, but The restaurant in the music video is grade A from the health department.
That feels like a lie. Have you ever seen a Chinese food restaurant that's a grade A?
Hey, it's in the video, man. I see the screenshot. It's in the background when she's ordering, and she's like, "That one."
Hey, but did you talk about the underage girl that is running the register that is just pushing a bunch of buttons?
I just saw that it's Bob's Burgers, man. Don't worry about it. It's family. It's a
It was
family
like
kid.
$6.59, and she's just sitting there fake pushing every button.
Like an old man typing.
Also, why did Allison Gold have to eat that much food?
She had so much food.
She ordered
Good for
one of
her.
everything, basically.
Good for her. She didn't let anybody judge her, but she did not knock over that trash can.
And she didn't eat it all.
Mm,
Waste.
I like when she's like, "I'm hungry." Knock the trash can over.
Getting grumpy. Oh, man.
Yeah, I did. Let's see.
Like I said, I think the things that really upset me in this were the racist stuff. The rest I can get over. Like,
Yeah,
I wish
the-
that I
the
could chalk
racist
it up
stuff
to
is
be like, this is
hard.
just, like, I could say, oh, this is just a kid making a music video for fun or whatever it was. But the racist stuff is the stuff that really bugged me.
I wrote down when she said, "This makes me feel good," and I was like, "That's the MSG.
Yeah,
It makes everybody feel good."
them good chemicals. But you'll still be hungry in like 30 minutes.
And you're putting in so much of it. That is a mystery I'll never understand to the end of my days. So then we get to where my opinion, the music video really takes a turn. Because we start skipping with the panda and the tickle fight, and then we take the panda home, and he's at a sleepover with a bunch of other little girls
Is it a sleepover with a bunch of 11-year-old girls?
playing Monopoly, and then he takes his mask off. Oh, grown black man.
There's Patrice. Good old Patrice.
And
I
then
don't understand his need to put himself in the music videos. I don't like. That's what I don't understand. Did you just need another body in there, and you're like, I can do it. I don't have to pay anybody.
well, but here's the thing. I'm in the assumption that he writes, does the music, directs the video, right?
Yeah.
So at any point, you could have found any other way to put yourself in the video.
Yeah.
And this is what you landed on. Like, you could have been at the register. You could have been taking the order, filling water.
You could have been working that walk in the back.
Man, anything else? Anything else besides this?
I really want someone to translate what the guy was saying in the beginning of the video. By the way,
Yeah, I am curious about that.
like, help me! I've been kidnapped. They're forcing me to do this. They
She
have
could
my
have been at the
daughter.
restaurant doing her song, and then the camera could have turned to him at a table, and he could have just done his rap from there.
Yeah.
Not in a little girl's bedroom and on a park bench, dipping your finger in sweet and sour sauce.
Real seductively.
Ugh, so gross. And then it like purposely left it on his face. It was too much.
At what point in time did the children dress up like geishas?
It's after. It is after the first. It's after his lyric, I believe.
Oh, okay.
His whole verse, and then just whoever we could get to put on the makeup.
I just don't understand why we had to emphasize Oriental Avenue while playing Monopoly. Like, I have to think that he was like, hey, what else says Asian on it? And he's like, oh, shit,
zoomed
Monopoly? That's
in
what we're playing on that.
hard. I assume he Googled the word Oriental and was like, oh, shit, that's right. It's a Monopoly. And that's how he came up with, you know what? I'll just dress like a fucking panda and she'll take me home. And then I'm good. I'm in the video.
Okay, the most awkward moment in the entire video, though, is when he's coming downstairs the day after.
I like that he could have just left out the door, but he didn't. He didn't leave out the door, Michael. He threw a fortune cookie that I assume he had in his pocket.
Well, of course, every panda just has fortune
Or maybe
cookies
he makes
in their pocket, man.
Because he throws it to her, looks up in the sky, a rainbow shoots out of his ass, and he flies away. And then she opens the fortune cookie, which now that I'm pausing it, again, I find something different every time. If you can pull it up also and look at it, her nails go to timestamp 320. Her nails are driving me nuts right now, and I have to assume that it's not actually on the writing. It's like typed over it, so it's just a piece of paper she's holding, and they just
Yes.
inserted the text. The panda, not a panda, the specific panda, will fly away on a rainbow, and it happened.
It came
Michael.
true, man. But she also met a new friend, so like that came true as well.
And we know that for a fact because at the end we get a that's all folks circle of the poor Asian man that I feel bad
I don't
for
know that I
and
feel
then
bad for. I feel
and
like he
also
accepted
am
it.
upset with
Right.
because he's what's funny is because if you want to go to that because it's right after
Yeah.
the circle's not even on him. It's like his neck to his torso and he bows into it. So all we had to do was this and back up a little bit.
Nah, man. I mean,
But
like, what did you expect from them?
we didn't even put it in the
You
frame.
had to see him bowing.
And then
bro.
it said, but just back up or make the circle bigger. And then it says, fortune cookies are never wrong. And it gives us the fucking Disney level racist gong sound. And
That's some straight Song of the South shit.
that's me just speed like like as I go type of stuff. But I
go back to the fact that, like I said, I can excuse a lot of it because in my head, I like to just think that they were just trying to be innocent, like the Kids Bop shit.
right. And that's what I was saying earlier in the episode is it. I'm sure for how old was she?
11.
For an 11-year-old girl to write a song, it can't be about fucking twerking. You know what I mean? Like you have to write a song for her age that you hope, I guess, other 11-year-olds will.
Yeah, I whip my hair back and forth. That was the best example you've ever made because that's the only successful one I've seen so far that I can think of.
Yeah, but yeah, that's or like Little Romeo and Little Bow Wow when they started. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
Even
they were
Justin Bieber, I guess.
they were pursuing girls, but it was like super innocent, and it wasn't like some genuine shit. You know what I mean?
No, yeah, I agree. And that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of it I can excuse. Do I think that Patrice puts out bullshit? Yeah, absolutely. But I think he's also trying to capture some market of real trendy bullshit that gets catchy. And I mean, we could sing this song every day.
But you know what, too? Maybe he's just working through the shit ideas, or you don't know what's the shit idea necessarily. Sometimes, I think I do, but until it's done.
Well, and I agree. You made a point that was, he might not think that it's bad, and to that point, but he had his own music video of his own song that was like supposed to be him retorting to the fact that everybody made fun of him for being terrible. That is equally bad. I don't know if you've seen the Happy music video, but it's equally bad. And I mean, maybe he thinks it's good. Like listening to him, he's very delusional. Like I said, I watched videos of himself that he's posted within the last week, and he is very delusional in the way he talks, and he's just slowly slipping into crazy.
Back to this. With that being said, could it be more culturally sensitive? Absolutely. Was it made in 2017? Yeah. Was 2017 less racist than 2020? Ever so slightly.
I don't think it was made in 2017. I think it was made longer ago than that. I know that the video we're looking at is 2017, but I think it's been taken down.
You're right.
I want to say it was like 2012 or 13 because she's in her early to mid 20s now. And in fact, the way he was trying to entice you to watch more of his videos is apparently he's going to have interviews with some of the people he's made movies or videos with in his coming videos.
I would watch that.
Yeah, I'll keep an eye on it just so I can see what's going on because I'm curious what happened to these people. If they
is it like Patrice is amazing guy?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm always curious, like, because I don't think Rebecca Black can talk about it at all, presumably because of the lawsuit and stuff. I'm sure there's some kind of order that says she can't. But I'm curious. I'd be curious to see what other people have to say about it that have worked with him. I don't know. I will say, to Stephanie's point, because unfortunately she didn't get to make all of it. To Stephanie's point, it is really unfortunate, and especially like even these other girls, it's really unfortunate if they had to live a life of being bullied and stuff because of what happened. Again, I don't think anybody should be bullied.
Yeah, never okay.
It really sucks that they had to go through that, and especially if they had to deal with depression. That's not something easy to deal with.
So let me ask you this question, because I grew up in a way where, you know, my skin might be a little bit tougher than others. Is there a line between just goofing around, messing with somebody, and just straight up bullying? Is it perhaps a you don't know when to stop type of mentality? Like I'm relentlessly coming at you, even though I know your feelings are hurt? Or where does it start and where does it stop?
Unfortunately, I think that that's a individual basis like that, and it's tough to gauge that. I think even as friends, we have problems gauging that of what is too much, what's going beyond. I think that there's personal things going on in everybody's life. You don't always know. You can't see into what's going on. So one of us could sit there and go, "Haha, it was funny," but then Rebecca Black's like, "You really hurt my feelings."
Right. And that, I mean, and to your point, that's probably what they were doing. They were probably goofing off. I think that there's a point where people make personal like threats and attacks, I guess. That makes it to me obvious bullying versus just teasing someone. Like anytime you were at school and you might have had something that was not name brand and people pointed it out and made fun of you for it, that to me felt like bullying. But I also came from a world where we joked at each other back and forth, and my family especially. My cousin and I will talk often about how our family's like that. When you first meet our family, you're gonna go through uh almost an initiation type of thing. We need to see where you're at, and then we can kind of act accordingly.
Yeah,
I
and
don't
I
know.
think that's one of those things that you have to build that with each person. And even when you do build that understanding of that, it's still not necessarily going to always be the same. You could have a really shitty day, and I could say something that triggers you. We've done that before. You and I have had
Right.
conversations where something that you would say to me every day doesn't normally necessarily affect me, but however, I just happen to have a really bad day at work, and it just hit the wrong chord, and suddenly I've lost it. But I think that's that, you're always evolving and trying to figure out where someone's limits are. I think that unfortunately anonymity was created by, well, not necessarily created by the internet, but was enlarged significantly because of the internet. When people gained anonymity, they then got this mob mentality where they would say way more aggressive stuff than they ever should have been saying. So I think that that's why internet bullying became so much more prevalent and so much more serious, was because I can look at, on the internet, or like I said, before I was even joking about how I can get on the Xbox right now, play with a couple people, and I promise you, I'll get said things will be said to me that would never be said to me to my face.
Right. There's a level of bravery these people have
Well,
saying
and
it
in
over the internet.
addition, the mob mentality. So you see one person making fun of something, and I think that's kind of what I was saying earlier at the very beginning of this, is that with Patrice, you have so many different podcasters, so many different YouTube channels that are making fun of him and digging into him, and I think it's almost become like a popular thing to do. People see other people doing it, so they're like, let's just dig into him, and they just start going at it. And I think that's that mob mentality. You see someone doing something, you think, oh, yep, this is acceptable, so we start making fun of it rather than doing creative things. Like, I don't know if you ever saw the time that someone made a video of Jason Voorhees singing the Friday song, which I loved. So I don't know. This somehow got way more serious in this episode than I think Kleve or I expected. I thought we thought it was gonna be fun to talk about this video because we both watch it a lot.
Right. I have a hard time saying that I enjoy this video because I do. I think it's funny, but I think it's also super offensive.
I would tell you like it for the same reason you like seagulls.
Right. To the point where, you know what? I'm his market. He got me. I was like, yeah. And you know what? Had I only heard the song and never seen the music video, because if you think about it, just first of all, I don't think her singing's bad. I don't think it's great.
I think it's kids bop quality.
Yeah, she's not hitting like Mariah Carey notes, but she's not flat. But just the song itself, you direct this music video any other kind of way, and it's not offensive. Like lyric wise, I can't think of anything that she says that I'm like, ooh, no. Him,
That's kind of a
probably.
fair point. I don't know. I'd be interested to see had they never had a video and it just been like a album cover instead, if we would have had as much conversation about this.
Him, I think maybe. I think he might have said some stuff, but her, I don't think so. You don't put the little white kids in geisha outfits. You don't put Oriental Avenue. I think you have a completely different song. So it's just this madman who decides that the way
It's
this
mainly just the way he said broccoli, motherfucker.
broccoli.
Eating broccoli.
But yeah, you have this madman that just decided this was the way that this video was supposed to go. Friday was bad though. Friday was not good writing. Friday was not good. The music video had nothing to do with the lack of success that that song got.
Okay, so but
That
you say that, and I wanted to know: have you ever heard the song "Party in the USA" by Miley Cyrus?
Yes, also not. It's you know
I would
what?
tell you those are identical songs, and I bet you, I promise you, Miley Cyrus paid a shit ton more money to fucking make that.
Same caliber. Just talking about this song, I don't think the song itself would have gotten the reaction it did from people. It's an 11-year-old singing about liking a specific ethnicity of food. That's nothing.
No, I don't know that I've ever considered that, and I think that's a very valid point. That had we taken the music video out of this, I think that it actually would have just been a cute little kid singing a cute little song.
And that's what I think because sometimes I won't even watch the video, but so I'll let it play out loud the audio because I like to mess with Jennifer. But also, it's not audio wise, it's not a bad song. But
No, I
this,
think that's what he does. He makes catchy sounding songs. The audio is catchy. The lyrics are easy to say.
but somewhere along the line, there's a panda bear sitting on a bench. Like, where did we go wrong?
Selectively eating sweet and sour sauce.
What if he took it like a shot? That's not any better. God, thank God for the audio people that you didn't have to watch what I just saw on the
Anybody
YouTube
listening
channel.
at home should be watching so they can see me putting sweet and sour sauce on my lips. Let us know what you guys thought about the episode. If you guys checked out that video, let us know what you thought. Would it be less racist without the music video? Would you accept it without the music video? Would you add it to like a Christian album for kids if it didn't have a music video? Make sure to let us know. You guys can comment down below. If you guys saw some of Patrice's other work, let us know if you think there's something else you'd like us to dive into.
Yeah, please let me know your favorite part because I'm sure I agree with all of it is gold in its own way. A lot of it is nice. A lot of it is just the ignorance that some people can have on culture. Hit us up on our social media. We have a Facebook, we have an Instagram, we have a Twitter. They're all Friendship Supreme. Twitter has no I's in the word friendship because all eyes are typically on the YouTube channel. You go to youtube.com, you search Friendship Supreme, and we are there. We also have a Patreon, patreon.com/Friendship Supreme. We also are starting to stream now. Michael's got his own stream. Make sure to hit the thumbs up. Make sure to hit subscribe. Get the notification bell. Make sure to rate 5 stars. Make sure to.
Are we on Yelp, bro?
On podcast apps, you can rate.
Oh, that's right. My bad.
Yeah. Don't get sassy.
I do have a little bit of sass in me.
Get over there, Patrice. Take it easy. Put your panda suit back on. Okay, so what's the line between when he dressed like a panda and when you dress like a panda?
I haven't dressed like a panda for this podcast. I was playing a character though.
and you were like, dong, and it comes onto the screen.
Well, hold on. Here's another thing. Like, I didn't ever like portray any stereotypes while I was dressed as a panda. I just acted like me.
Yep. Panda Michael. Thank you for listening today. I am Kleve.
I'm Michael. Stephanie's in the void.
And remember, make it spicy.
In one of her other music videos, she looks at the camera and she goes, "Gold is the new black." Like, you know. Oh, dang! You said Rebecca Black is gold.